Hello, esteemed sports emperors. Today, Thursday, February 6th, is day 37 of our challenge, and we continue making excellent progress, which we will showcase in this video. These results demonstrate that by professionally managing sports betting, it is possible to consistently achieve good results. You know what? This challenge started with a balance of 234,043 units. We promised to prove that by applying professional sports betting management, it is possible to generate more than 400% in a year. To overcome this challenge, we need to reach at least 936,172 units. If in the first 3 months we've already achieved 483,337 in profits, we still need 452,835 units to reach our goal. But how are we doing it? We are doing it using 3 different paths or 3 different strategies. First path, Emperor Method. With this method, we have 19,622 units, applying it in more than 100 bets. And the most impressive part, every single one has been won. 0 lost bets. Second path, 3-level method. With this strategy, we have generated 64,306 units in 300 bets, divided into 3 segments of 100 each. All these bets and their results have been properly recorded and documented in the videos from the past few days. If you haven't watched them yet, I invite you to check them out. Third path, high spread total mode. With this approach, in more than 150 selections, we have reached the impressive amount of 409,409 units in profits. I want to talk to you about the title of our video. What would happen if I tried to double the amount of a bet until I won? In a first scenario, applying sports betting management. As we answer this question, I ask you to pay close attention because it is very likely that some are not fully aware of the risk and the danger of losing everything that this action represents. So I believe it's important to share a snippet from the video of day 2, where I shared some valuable knowledge with you. But which knowledge? The following knowledge, that the majority are unaware of, is what the 2 types of streaks that exist are. Okay, to start answering this question. Here we have our first table, and if you notice, it is a period with a size of 16 positions, in which it occurs a series of continuous results of 16 consecutive victories. In other words, we create our first type of streak, the continuous streak that literally everyone already knew about. Next, I'm going to present another example of this same type of streak. Also take a look. A series of continuous results can be produced of 16 consecutive losses. In conclusion, for a continuous type of streak to be created, the important thing is that the result is repeated constantly. Let's move on to the next table then. In this table that we have here, we find the second type of streak that exists, with mixed results that alternate in 2 different scenarios. If you look at the left column, is made up of mixed results, and the right column is also made up of mixed results. Both columns have a size of 16 positions. But there is a difference in the distribution of the alternation, because it can be observed that in the right column, the results alternate at each position, from the beginning to the end. To the result under of the first position, the result over the second position alternates, and so on until reaching the last position. Under over and under over, under over and under over and under over under over under. This is the kind of alternating streak that we know so far. Here we have an example where it always changes its result in the next position. Now again, I'm going to show you an example of the second scenario, where mixed gusts form that alternate by type and not by position. So if we observe, we see that the first gust that is created is of the continuous type that ends and then a mixed streak is created that alternates by position. In turn, this also ends and alternates with the beginning of a continuous streak of two positions, so that it is being produced. A constant alternation between an alternating type streak and one of a continuous type, and so on. An important statistical fact that I must share with you is that, with a size of 16 positions, this mixed streak that alternates by type is created more than 99% of the time, while the mixed ones that alternate by position are linked to the continuous type streak are created only about less than 1% of the time. In summary, the types of streaks that exist are the continuous and the mixed ones, and the latter can alternate by position or by type. Now, this type of streak, which occurs in more than 99% of cases, is a discovery that is entirely attributed to professional sports betting management. This knowledge has been acquired through the study of betting result patterns over more than 30 years. I invite you to conduct your own search on Google or ChatGPT to confirm that there is no prior publication or article discussing this type of streak. The reason I am sharing this is because, thanks to this study, the Emperor method was created, and its foundation is precisely these streaks. This selection method includes a tool called the capital distribution table, which uses a strategy to double the initial bet amount up to a maximum of 11 times. Thanks to this tool, we've achieved impressive results with the Kant block entry. So, I'm going to show a clip from the video on day 1 with the details of its application in recent seasons. And this is what happened. Positive results were obtained with all 30 teams. I mean, 0 lost bets. And the second reason is that all of you are already trained to do it independently, so that on their own, they can finish trying it out and thus confirm what I'm saying. Now pay close attention. Just like I did in the NBA, I also tried it in the last regular seasons of the 12 teams that make up the Women's National Basketball Association, and in the more than 300 teams that make up the University Basketball Association. Additionally, they provided all the teams that make up the professional league and university American football. And this is what happened. Positive results were always obtained. I mean, no bets were lost. Remember that the entry with Kant block, it does not apply in the leagues where baseball is played or ice hockey, and that it only applies in the leagues where basketball is played, American football and soccer, only in the ATS betting format, which is also called spread or handicap. Additionally, those following this challenge know that we've been applying the Kant block entry in every matchup created this 2024 to 2025 season in the NBA and college basketball leagues. So far, we haven't lost a single bet, 0 lost bets. It's important to note that this is no minor feat, as the NBA's regular season features 2,620 matchups, and college basketball has over 10,000. This has been the best way to demonstrate, with facts, that doubling bets can be used effectively. However, this is only possible if the strategy is based on knowledge of the streak lengths that can occur in each sport. The best way to illustrate this is with an example. In MLB, during the 2017 season, the Cleveland team won 22 consecutive games between August 24th and September 14th. You should know that this winning streak ranks number 1 among the longest in recent history. So, if we had placed a bet starting on August 24th, the date it began, we inevitably would have burned through all 11 opportunities provided by the capital distribution table tool, since there is no 12th opportunity. But what would have happened if we had insisted on doubling the bet until we won? Now comes the part where I asked you earlier to pay close attention, because this is where I'll demonstrate the risks and dangers of losing everything with this approach. If you look at the table, you can see that to win, we would have had to play up to position 23. Let's revisit the table to show why we couldn't have doubled the bet to that position. Before reaching it, we would have faced 2 major problems. The first problem is that we would have run out of capital before getting there. Let's see. If we had kept doubling the bet after the last loss at position 11, where the wager was $127,660. For position 12, we would need approximately $280,252. For position 13, we would need approximately $616,454. For position 14, we would need approximately $1,356,419. And so on until position 23, where we would need about $1.644 billion. That's insane. As we've seen, continuously doubling the bet presents two insurmountable problems: running out of capital and the impossibility of finding a betting platform willing to handle such absurd amounts. We'd literally need Elon Musk's bank account to sustain this strategy. That's why it's crucial to understand that this path is unfeasible and that we must turn to a much smarter approach, which is professionally managing sports betting. We have 22 different techniques to implement and execute the Emperor Method strategy. And what is the strategy? It's about ending the streak. Currently, we are applying just one single entry, and it's called Cant Block. This entry is exclusively used when continuous streaks of 5 outcomes are created, and it is only applied in handicap or ATS betting formats within basketball, American football, and soccer leagues. It's important to note that we applied this entry throughout the entire regular season last year, and no bets were lost in the NBA and college basketball leagues. Now, before presenting an example, we're going to create a map to serve as a guide when applying the Cant Block entry. The goal is to provide a step-by-step description to show how simple the process is. The first thing we want to clarify is that we're making an adapt, which means a combined that where we only need to win one play to secure the bet. As we mentioned, this is applied to leagues involving basketball, American football, and soccer exclusively in the ATS betting format, also known as handicap or spread. Regarding the process, it's very simple. To apply the entry, we only need to wait for a streak of 5 consecutive wins or losses to be created, then continue the process using the capital distribution table tool. This tool has a scope of 11 positions, giving us 11 opportunities to hit a play by betting on an outcome that opposes the streak and ends it. With this point clarified, let's look at an example of an adapt that was created in this 2024-2025 season with the Cant Block entry. The match that was created corresponds to our adapt number 118 in the College Basketball League with the Bonaventure Bonnies team. And as you can see, between December 14th and January 4th, the Bonaventure Bonnies created a streak of 5 consecutive wins, and we must continue the process by applying the capital distribution table tool. This tool has a scope of 11 positions, giving us 11 opportunities to hit a play by betting on an opposite result that ends the streak. As we can observe, as soon as the first opportunity arose, an opposite result occurred, and we won our adapt number 118. Pay close attention, the bet was won on the first play or position, where 14 units were wagered. The total payout was 26, but we must subtract the 14 that had been wagered. So we performed the operation, and the result shows that we won 12 units on the bet. Now the Emperor Method's wagered bets field increased by 1, and the won bets count also increased. The total of lost bets remains at 0. Finally, we add these 12 units won in position 1 to the accumulated earnings, bringing the total to 9,634. And that concludes our presentation of the power of this entry. We want you to know that we'll be applying this entry throughout this year's regular season in the NBA and NCAA leagues to continue demonstrating that professionally managing sports that consistently delivers excellent results. Speaking of results, we can't forget our high spread total mode. You should know that we don't win every day, nor do we lose every day. To give you a real example, here's a table showing the graphical representation and data of what happened between day 12 and day 24 of the challenge. As you can see, on day 22, all accumulated losses from previous losing days were fully recovered, reaching 122,138 units of profit. Then, consecutively, profits increased to 366,319 units, showing an upward trend that reflects the actual performance of results when professional sports betting management is applied. This is why the success of the system cannot be measured on a daily basis, but rather in the medium term. Here's another example with an updated table as of today, showing the same recurring pattern. This demonstrates that professionally managing sports bets is the key to consistently achieving excellent results. Please note that our challenges, courses, and workshops are for educational and informational purposes only. Let's show the pending results from the previous day of our challenge. Out of 3 selections, we hit 2 and lost 1. The accumulated earnings in the high spread total mode increased to 409,409. And here are the results from the previous day. 2 were won and 1 was lost. We continue testing the professional management of sports betting and introducing new plays. In college basketball, we're making our 146th pick in the matchup between Rider and Sacred Heart. We're betting 11,000 units on Sacred Heart to win, and now we just wait for the result. In the NBA, we're making our 147th pick in the matchup between Orlando and Denver. We're betting 11,000 units on Denver to win, and now we just wait for the result. This matchup between Sacramento and Portland is our 148th pick. We're betting 11,000 units on Sacramento to win, and now we just wait for the result. That's it for today's picks. You know, sports betting has been an unresolved global challenge. Think about it. No matter how much talent you have or how many titles hang on your wall, how many times have you seen brilliant people like doctors, engineers, or lawyers face the same frustrations in this activity? Sports betting has been a challenge that even affects the best. Because in this field, humans haven't evolved. This is because success doesn't rely solely on knowledge or intuition. Here, the difference between losing and winning lies in having a professional and effective strategy. The good news is that you don't have to face this alone anymore. Professional sports betting management is the key to solving this problem, and on my website, you'll find 3 courses specifically designed to teach you how to master these strategies and consistently achieve great results. Online seminar, How to Professionally Manage Sports Betting Using the Emperor Method. Discover a structured and proven system that will help you manage your bets successfully, step by step. Online workshop, How to Professionally Manage Sports Betting Using the 3 Levels Method. Learn how to implement tiered strategies that will increase your chances of success while minimizing risks. In-person seminar, How to Professionally Manage Sports Betting Using the High Spread Total Method. This advanced course is designed for those looking to master strategies that have shown impressive results. These courses aren't just for experts. You know what? Anyone who trains can master this activity. And the best part is that on es.sportsbetseminar.com, you'll find all the detailed information about each course and how you can enroll. I've included the link in this video's description so you can register right now and take the first step toward your second entry. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I share free content, practical examples, and strategies that will give you a glimpse of what you can achieve. I say goodbye and I'll see you in the next video, where I will continue to show the results of this successful formula for winning.